Finally, one of the biggest YouTube algorithm mysteries has been solved, and things are really starting to heat up, with YouTubers battling it out to see whose watch time metrics will reign supreme. And I'm sure you've seen it. Videos about gas station food, thumbnails, shorts, and the fall of Doctor Who. Videos about Prince, and even gameplay videos are all leveraging this recent discovery and driving hundreds of thousands of views. But I need to warn you, what I'm gonna share is so simple that it's stupid. So let's begin by solving a popular YouTube question, one that directly impacts the algorithm and just how many views a video gets or not. How long should my video be? Now, typically a response might be something along the lines of, as long as it needs to be, but no longer. Wrong. The correct answer, between 8 and 30 minutes. Because before you get any significant views, a video needs to gain enough watch time to trigger the algorithm. Watch time is key. It's the gatekeeper. Publishing longer videos makes it easier to hit the needed watch time metrics. Take it from JD in space. Take it from Zach, April, and this guy Tom, who published a 1-hour video essay covering why YouTubers hold the microphone. Now, if you're overwhelmed by the algorithm, well, just do this. Pay attention to latest video performance and strive to improve these two metrics: CTR and average view duration. Can you guess which one of these metrics Mr. Beast focuses on?
Well, after I upload a video, I just kind of look at the retention chart and just try to see, like, where did I mess up, you know?
Audience retention, which is so similar to average view duration. This is not about padding a video. It's about making better decisions based on the competition and what the YouTube algorithm rewards. And fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what you watch, because plenty of viewers on YouTube watch longer videos. And here's why. A series of events have created the perfect storm of opportunity for those YouTubers in the know. And it began in the summer of 2022, when YouTube introduced video podcasts and videos began getting longer. During this time, video essays gained more popularity, and YouTubers began exploring different types of topics, often releasing videos between 1 and 4 hours. Insane. And that, combined with the mass adoption of smart TVs, which already have the YouTube app installed, resulted in viewers watching YouTube from the comfort of their couch. And get this, over half of YouTube viewership happens from a TV screen. Forget the movies, forget Netflix and chill. Let's watch a 3.5-hour podcast. Thing is, viewers are watching longer, but they can only watch as long as your video is. Now, I've developed a specific formula to determine just how long your next video should be. And I do this by leveraging a new YouTube research tool. More on these things in just a bit. But I have to ask, would you be willing to do this? To create a longer video? I mean, YouTube can be so arbitrary, and you're at the mercy of the algorithm. Imagine spending all this time crafting a longer video and it's a dud. You get no views. It's so random, like a coin toss. Tails, you win. Heads, well, sadly, you lose. But what if the reason you've been struggling is you're actually publishing videos that are too short? And by simply going longer, you're able to boost your watch time and get the views you deserve. And these longer videos just aren't driving more views, they're driving staggering views. This is Zach, and he's published some longer videos. Let's take a look at his results. First, we've got this 40-minute Hail Mary Wonder video and this video. Why is YouTube like this? On January 4th, the video had 192,000 views. The following day, the video had 193,000 views, gaining an additional 1,000 views in a single 24-hour period. That's pretty darn good. And then something weird happened. Zach went quiet, and he took a huge gamble.
I was honestly super scared about my last video. I had to take a lot of time off to focus on that documentary, but I am so happy that I did.
And I would have been scared too. Zach spent more than a month focusing on this 40-minute hero video. Side note, YouTube introduced the term hero video years ago. The idea being to make an outstanding video that people really enjoy, which can greatly increase the time people spend watching and thus the number of views. And here's that 40-minute wonder video. On January 4th, the video had 649,000 views. On January 5th, the video had 699,000 views. That's an additional 50,000 views in a single day. And here's a 13-minute video covering the same subject getting whooped by Zach's video. And here's the good news. There are two ways to make these particular videos. If you typically publish 4 videos in a month, well, just publish 3 instead, but make one of them longer. But if you want to dramatically improve the views to your video, well then publish a freak video. Do that by allocating just a bit more time to the planning phase of your video, which is what so many big YouTubers are doing, just like Zach. Now, should you spend an entire month focusing on just one video? Probably not, but I think it makes a lot of sense to analyze where you're at and to try new things, and that's what this video is really all about. And then now and then create a hero video. And this process begins by selecting the right topic, which is absolutely critical to your success. Topics are just as important as thumbnails and titles because you can't get someone to click on a video they're not interested in. Earlier I mentioned a free research tool, and YouTube recently updated their research tool right inside YouTube Studio. And the process begins by really identifying how long your video should be, roughly speaking. Because in order to identify the right topic, you want to pay attention to the competition and you want to have a video length in mind. And the thing you want to do is just pay attention to your average view duration and think of it as like having a high score, striving to always improve that metric. And then either multiply your average view duration by 3 or 4 to give you again that rough indication of how long your video should be. Now, if you can keep viewers watching longer than 3 minutes, well, multiply that average view duration by 3 and that's your target video length. If you're just getting started and you're struggling to keep viewers watching that long, well then multiply your best average view duration by 4 and again that's your target video length. And next up we want to access analytics. Do that by clicking here on this icon and then click on research located here. Note top searches. This is really helpful in understanding what your audience is interested in and what they're searching for. It gives you insights to how they're thinking. And the more you're able to craft a video based on those things, the more likely you can create a video they really love. And this is not about ranking in search. In fact, check out the wording here. Videos that are watched on YouTube. Now, if you're a beginner and you don't see a lot of data, don't worry, over time you will, especially if you use this method we're breaking down. Next up is brainstorming and really focusing on the kind of videos that excite you, videos you want to make. Now, I like to doodle on a notepad, so that's where I typically begin. Or I'll jot down some video ideas on a notes app. And then we'll return to the research tab and we'll enter those ideas here. Tip: think about your content ideas in 2 or 3 word phrases that your audience might search for on YouTube. Now, before we go all nerdy with the algorithm, I need to talk a little bit about the art and the science of YouTube. Fact is, both are equally important, but if I had to choose one, it would be the art, no question. The science is the data, it's the algorithm, and the science allows us to make better decisions based on factual information, allowing us to grow faster. But the art is what makes it so. Focus on the art in your videos and you'll end up creating things that nobody else can duplicate, effectively reducing the competition for you on YouTube to nothing. Because the only place viewers can get great videos like yours is, well, your channel. The art is the topics you cover and how you cover them. It's your editing, lighting, and your communication on camera. And today I focus less on the algorithm because I understand the core fundamentals of how it works, which is really all about getting viewers to click on your video more than similar videos and keeping them watching longer. That's it. And then it's all about understanding your specific target audience here on YouTube. And if you're a bit unclear on how this target audience thing works, well, just focus on having a niche, which is having a singular focus for your videos. This could be anything from fashion to fishing to education, or like my channel, which is about YouTube education. And this is really important because we want to understand who's serving the audience based on the topic we may choose as we move forward. For example, I applied what I'm sharing with you right now to this very video. The topic that I used was YouTube algorithm. So I added that into the research tool and I saw a bunch of different results. And I want to think about all these channels as how much authority do they have in this particular niche. For example, vidIQ would be an A+. vidIQ is a power channel. It's run by a team of YouTubers. I also noticed Robert Benjamin. Robert is insanely consistent. He drives a lot of views, but I think I can compete with him by creating a different style of video. That's what I'm doing. Think Media is another top player, A+ authority, and they have a team of creators pumping out content. However, I have an edge with the length of the videos being published. They're all around 8 to 10 minutes, except for this one, which is interesting. It's Channel Makers, and I would give their authority ranking a B-. Recently, they had some shakeup on the channel, and I think they're in the process of rebuilding their audience. And I believe I can compete with Channel Makers. And notice the video is one of the longest videos. In fact, it's the longest video that's ranking, and they're driving a good amount of views on a daily basis. And check this out. I think I can drive about 75,000 views over the next year if I choose to make this particular video. And here's how I came up with that metric. Take screenshots of the particular topics you're thinking about and measure the views over a few days. On January 7th at 7:25 p.m., I captured this screenshot, 14,000 views. Fast forward to Friday, January 12th, and now the video has 14,800. That's an increase of 800 views in 4 full days for 200 views a day. 200 multiplied by 365 is again around 75,000 views. Now, in order to achieve this, I need to publish a video with better watch time metrics and increased engagement. Because the algorithm primarily rewards engagement, viewers who heavily engage with a video tend to like it. They leave more comments. They share it more often. And the most significant engagement signal is, you guessed it, watch time. The algorithm wants to identify what kind of videos viewers love. This is why we have these YouTube surveys, because it helps the algorithm to determine just how much viewers enjoy a video. It's not just about pumping out longer videos, it's about taking just a bit of time to really craft and create structure that keeps viewers watching. And I'm confident I can do that by leveraging a new strategy I'm developing called the George Spanner. And the fact that you're still watching tells me that this method works. It leverages a strategy that was developed by George Blackman, a YouTube scriptwriter who's worked with some of the biggest YouTube creators on the planet. Before we move on, however, we need to continue to qualify the topic to ensure we get the views. In the last step, the objective was to identify where one of the displayed videos doesn't have an authority ranking of, say, above an A. And that was this video that was again published by Channel Makers. And no hate or shade to Channel Makers, simply sharing some ideas on how we can grow our channel. And if you spot a video that doesn't have as much authority and it's longer, that's a really good indication that you can do really well. Next up, we want to talk about subtopics, and this is really about creating the needed structure to keep viewers watching. And in order to continue qualifying the topic, you want to make sure you have at least between 10 and 20 subtopics. And notice here we have this link, searched on YouTube, and then see all. And clicking here will bring up additional search terms that viewers are searching for and watching. Make sure you've got at least 10 to 20 subtopics, and then let's move forward. Before we do that, I want to talk about getting more clicks, because on this research tab, we can really study the videos that are getting views for these particular topics. as I researched this particular video topic, the YouTube algorithm, I noticed a lot of the videos were dark, the thumbnails that is. Dark blues, dark gray thumbnails, and I thought a really bright and saturated red would pop and stand out. Furthermore, we can use these videos to generate inspiration for potential video titles. Next up, we want to think about the flow and structure of our video. And you really want to focus on the order and the structure of the subtopics. This step is crucial, and you really want to lead with a bang. You want to really pay off the particular viewer that clicks on your video, ensuring they continue to watch. The payoff is really the idea of having an enticing thumbnail and title that gets viewers to click, and delivering on the promise that both of those items build up. And this is the George Spanner strategy that I mentioned earlier. The method was pioneered by George Blackman. And as I was working on this video, I saw this tweet from George, really covering the idea of having a payoff in the video. So the thing you can think about is for every subtopic you want to have some type of a wow moment, something that makes the viewer stop and think or laugh, some type of event that happens that keeps them viewing and watching. And the more you plan this out before you sit in front of the camera and film, the more likely you can keep viewers watching. An example of a payoff could be making the viewer laugh with gameplay, sharing an insightful idea or strategy that not a lot of people have spoken about on YouTube. We can be honest, we can be authentic, and we can tell a story that really engages viewers. And when this goes really well, viewers click like, they subscribe, and they do all the things that ultimately ensures our video will get the desired views. The idea is we want to ensure we're renewing their interest with every new subtopic. And my first step was to get off iOS Notes. I needed something more robust that would allow me to really create that structure I mentioned. I've been experimenting with Notion as well as Tube Spanner, and here's what's so incredible. Both have AI baked right in, so if the idea of writing and scripting is horrifying, well, just know there are many things you can do, literally like push a button to generate a script. Or one of the things I've been doing is simply voice dictate into Notion and then use the AI to improve the language, shorten the section, or expand upon it. Again, leveraging the power of AI to make better video scripts which keep viewers watching longer. And then there's Tube Spanner. Tube Spanner is incredible, and one of the things I really love about Tube Spanner, other than the fact that you can test it and try it out for free, is that you can build out your scripts in blocks. And having this structure makes it a lot easier to manage your script as you're building it out. Links to both of those tools in the description below. This video is really about driving more watch time, and this video on the screen now really dives deeply into that subject. It's based on boosting audience retention. Click on that video now. When you do, you're going to get the tips and the tactics and the watch time. And even better, you'll feed a poodle. I've got 2 poodles and they're hungry. You dig?